Now, I've already made a video about the Muslim ban, which I suggest you watch because this video is a follow-up to the one I made previously. Early on, the White House claimed that only 100 or so were affected by the Muslim ban. But during a hearing in Virginia, the government revealed that more than 100,000 visas were revoked as a result of the Republican administration's immigration order. This was revealed only because of the lawsuit of two Yemeni men whose visas were revoked, which forced the Republican administration to admit that over 100,000 visas were revoked, including theirs. Judges have been blocking this ban continually. Most recently, a three-judge panel of the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit upheld a federal district court's judge decision to temporarily block the Republican administration from carrying out its executive order on immigration. Basically, the U.S. Appeals Court refused to reinstate the administration's ban on travelers from 7 Muslim-majority nations. A State Department spokesperson commented on the visas that were revoked by saying that, "We recognize that those individuals are temporarily inconvenienced while we conduct our review under the executive order." I felt like people were having a hard time empathizing with the people whose visas were being revoked, so this is all kind of like moving to a new apartment. After you've been told you can move into the new apartment, and you signed all the papers and paid the security deposit, but when you go to move in, the landlord tells you that you're not allowed and apologizes for inconveniencing you. You are homeless. The Justice Department gave the 100,000 figure of total visas revoked, and the State Department issued a separate statement saying that only 60,000 visas were revoked, and that only 60,000 people were affected by the administration's new immigration policy. But 60,000 is still far more than the original 100 or so that the White House claimed were affected. This major discrepancy between the White House's original figures and the more realistic figures issued by both the State and Justice Department is at best highly concerning, and at worst a poor attempt to cover up the impact of an incendiary and unconstitutional policy. It's also still not clear why there is a discrepancy between the Justice and State Department's figures of how many visas were revoked. Despite the wide media coverage and public outrage, it has been incredibly hard to find accurate and credible information in order to fact-check all that I've said today. And that last bit is just me complaining about the state of journalism and government transparency. But seriously, this was hard to make. So if you appreciate what I do and the research I put into this, I would really appreciate it if you said so in the comments, subscribed, watched other videos of mine, or supported me on Patreon, because your community and support really does help me do all of this. Thanks. Bye.